ruled out of this afternoon's game. But, the Cowboys have lost a few main key players. But it will be a big game, and we'll have to see what kind of Warriors team turns up. They kind of turned up a little bit last weekend, and defense structures just fell apart. Let's hope that doesn't happen tonight. Should be a good crowd. Bit of a cool day at the moment, but should be another nice day. And let's hope all the Warrior fans get out there and the kids enjoy the Easter celebrations as well.
So, in this particular game there, Reno, who do you think are going to be the key players to look out for in both sides, really?
Yeah, I suppose RTS will guide from the back at home. He seems to love playing at home in front of the home crowd, and always as he does, steps up to the mark. I think we need a couple of the young boys up front to go forward, obviously. But the big one will be the defence on the Cowboys side of things. Cowboys got nothing to lose. They've got a couple of key marquee players that have signed up, a couple of Māori boys at that as well, and they'll play for their whānau that's going to be up there as well. So, it will be interesting. Let's hope the halves go okay. It's just a centre pairing for the Warriors. Everyone I seem to talk to, they always bring up the two names, Solomon Akata and Peter Hiku. And they're hard. I tell you what, they do your head in sometimes. When that line's right in front of you and it's only 20 metres away, Solomon Akata won't pass. So you just go from, you just tackle from, you won't pass. He wants to be the hero, get over the line. Peter, well, you don't know what game he's going to bring. His defence seems to fall apart. Well, they got a good try last week, but it's the centre pairing that's a struggle. I think if the Cowboys work it out right, they might be able to attack it out there. And we'll see what happens. I just hope the keeping the faith boys get the 2 points this afternoon.
I think defensively, that's where the key is going to be. That's what I think anyway. Defensively, it's going to be the centre pairing, really about how well. Because I tell you what, you're right. That's where our tackles have been falling off, and if we can get it right today, hopefully that might see us clear for maybe the rest of the season. What do you reckon, Ra?
Yeah, well, you're right in terms of, that they need to play that tactical defensive game, Casey, because most of the wins that I have seen the boys secure have been where, they've made their tackles, their first up tackles, and, it's a no-brainer. It's not rocket science. It's that, if you want to win a game, well, then you stop the opposition from scoring. So if you play a tight defensive game, well, you've got every chance in taking away a victory. But the issue with the Warriors is that inconsistency. They're like the weather. One day they're hot, the next they're not. So I don't know. Let's hope this is going to be their weekend, and let's hope they can do it in the Anzac spirit, so to speak.
Now, JT, one of the things that has come out kind of lately, especially in last night's game, I think Wayne Bennett has come out blasting the referees. What have you been your thoughts about how the refereeing's been going so far this year?
Well, wind the clock back 12 months, the refereeing this year's been a hell of a lot better. They haven't been like the cops standing down behind a tree with his radar gun trying to bust anything, whatever. So, no, I think by and large it's been pretty good. You're going to get the odd, humdinger every now and then where you think, what the hell's going on there? But, yeah, mate, probably, if I was to score them out of 10, probably about a 7.
Right.
This time it would have been about a 2 or a 3. So,
right.
No, I think whatever's occurred in the off-season for the referees, I haven't been too overly concerned with blowing penalties just for the sake of blowing penalties. So, yeah, a lot better, mate. And let's hope the Warriors win today, or if they lose, it's not the referee's fault.
Thanks.
It's supposed to, flatlining it at the Warriors. If they lose today, they should beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys have been rubbish. But, the Warriors, I'll sort of settled in for my tipping competition, but I don't know, it was hard.
True. I mean, because, I don't know how. I don't know what to say about the Warriors.
And the two blokes you mentioned in the centres, that Cutter is more interested in, getting across the line and kissing his wristband and blowing a kiss to the camera and, pointing to the sky and, look at me, I'm the man.
Yeah.
Mate, you're an idiot because you've let in more tries than you scored, and Peter Hiku just looks like he just drifts in and out of the game. I think there's a bit of it's probably a psychological thing with Hiku. He's definitely got the goods.
Yeah.
But a good friend of mine was at that game last week, and he just said, look, they just went off the boil, and they just weren't focusing and allowed Souths to come back and beat them.
Yeah.
So, mate, the Cowboys definitely due a win. They haven't had a win since round one.
Right.
It's a tough one, a very tough one. I'll stick with the Warriors, but, I'll not get the rubber out and change. I don't know.
Yeah. Because it was such a winnable game.
Don't change.
It was such a winnable game last week, though, wasn't it, Reno? Such a winnable game.
Mate. In a win over a top team, really, would have been 2 points justified. These are these games that are going to count when they go back at the season. These so close games, and there you go. They get into their little area of the Warriors where they're in front by quite a bit, in this particular one, 12, and they shut shop. They think they've got the game and just lay back. It's like, mate, play 80 minutes. I know half of you buggers can't play 80 minutes. And you look tired. The conditions, well, it didn't favour either team because it was up on the right up the top there where JT is. So that's not a factor. They've just got to play the conditions. And really, the fortress at Mount Smart used to be their fortress. It was known for that over the years gone by. A lot of teams would struggle here in Auckland. They need to get their mana back and take that back and get the guy back out there and let's get going again and get the big signs up. They need to get this going again and do it on the Easter weekend. So the pressure's on the Warriors. They lose tonight. Next Thursday, Anzac Day, the annual special against the Storm, they'll get toasted up over there. I remember the Storm have gone by about 50 points on them. So the pressure's on, Kearney. They got to win tonight. No point, no mucking around. They need the 2 points. If they don't and lose to the Cowboys, who haven't been going that good, they're cock, bro.
We might not be going to the final, eh? We might not be going to the final there, Reno. Still a long way away from that, but...
Oh, yeah, well, I was sick of saying that. Still a long, long way.
We still got time. Still got to keep the faith. For a couple more games anyway. Hey, we're going to go to a break. We'll be back with more Full Time right after this. Turanga FM. On behalf of the Full Timers, I would just like to say big thanks to Joachim Currid, who brings us our music intro. Check him out on joachimcurrid.com. He's also on YouTube, Twitter, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Spotify, Instagram, and follow him on Facebook. Another big thanks goes out to Silent Partner, who brings us our outro. Check out their music on YouTube. And also thanks must go to the Polish Ambassador for the backing music for this promo. Check out the Polish Ambassador on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Beatport, Instagram, Twitter, and on his website, thepolishambassador.com.
You're listening to a podcast produced by Tūrangi FM, #1 iwi radio station in Aotearoa. We play each full-time session on Tūrangi FM Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. You can listen in live on our Tūrangi FM media page. Just click the main Tūrangi FM logo to tune in online. Or if you're in the Gisborne area, we're on the radio frequencies 91.7, 95.7 and 98.1. Also check out the Full-Time Facebook page where you can listen to the podcast again. Make comments and click links that will lead you to other ways to listen to the podcast, such as Spreaker, iTunes, SoundCloud, Twitter, YouTube, Podchaser and Tumblr. Right, let's get back to the Fools on Full-Time.
Welcome back to the second session here on Full Time. I'd like to send another shout out, of course, going out to our sponsors, Rose Scrag Motors, down there on Grey Street. They're wishing everybody, of course, out there a happy Easter to one and all. Now, we only kind of got halfway, as you were saying off air, through that round. So I guess we'll go real quick through it for the rest of the games there, Reno. What do you reckon the rest of the games are going to be like, bro?
Yeah, Dragons Seagulls. Jeez, that's a good game. Both teams good wins last week. I'll go to the Eagles, mate. They seem to be running hot.
Keep on going.
Oh, okay. Where you going, JT? Which one are you going to pick? Dragons, Eagles?
Yeah, I'll go the other way. I think for mine, the Dragons. But like you say, toss of a coin.
Okay, good game. Knights, Titans up your way, mate. The Titans are due for a win. So y'all go Knights, sorry.
Yeah, that's a tough one again. The Titans had their first win last week. The Knights, we've said it several times on this show, well, I have anyway, that they were the big thing in pre-season, but they haven't delivered. So I'll go the home side, the Titans, just to be different to you.
Yeah, all right, coolies. Cold one for the Bronx from the sunny going down to the cold to the Raiders. I would guess, hey, they've written them off for the season. I know the Raiders are going good. I'll go the Broncos, mate.
Well, in keeping with the theme that's starting to develop here, I'll go against you. The Raiders will smash them.
All right, Benji and the boys. Benji and the boys might be too good for the Eels. Fell apart recently, but yeah, give one up for the Tigers, eh?
Yeah, I agree with you there, bro. It's going to be the Tigers for mine too. Easter's over. That'll be the resurrection day. So, yeah, Tigers will smash the Eels.
Nice.
And there you go, Keithy. There's the rest of the round wrapped up.
Excellent. Nice and quick. That's how we likes it here on Fulltime. Now, what the heck happened to your Chiefs yesterday, bro? What was going on with your Chiefs? I watched the first half, and it was like, what was the half times? Was it 21-0 or something? Chiefs, man, didn't even get it together, bro. I mean, what's just happening? They've been having a terrible season so far, haven't they?
I don't know. It could be a lot of reasons, but I don't want to make any excuses for them. I mean, they're all professionals and they know the job at hand. Ultimately, it sounds like the Warriors revisited again, but it's up to them to take the victories and if nothing else, just to appease their fans, the hardcore ones such as myself and then many others around the place. And the Waikato boys can't do that, can't cut that proverbial mustard. Well, I don't know, questions need to be asked, and I don't know. That's the nature of rugby, though, I suppose. That's why we keep watching. That's why we keep hoping. Otherwise, if it was one-sided and predictable, Keithy, we'd all be watching tennis or something, maybe.
Tennis. Well,
yeah, I don't know.
Tennis would have been better than watching the teams first half.
I think the women's tennis, Keithy, but I don't know. I just think that's a theory between the fact why I have two teams. If one doesn't sort of perform too well, then I can always fall back on the other one, which I must say isn't doing any good either. But sort of caught behind a rock and a hard place. But it's the nature of the beast for this weekend. Let's hope they can sort of pick themselves up and another weekend ahead of us. Chiefs
really needed a win. They really needed this win. And being a South African team, because South Africa, when they come here, they really struggle, as do a lot of the New Zealand teams when they go over to South Africa. It's really tough. But I think we have a better win ratio over in the Republic. We do. True. And no, you're right. When these South African sides come over, we should actually not so much as a win, but if you can't do that job, well then you got to look at yourself as a unit and how you're playing, and doesn't make for good reading on the scoreboard too. Great comeback in the second half, though, Reno? Great comeback from the Chiefs in the second half, but not good enough, really,
Nah, not good enough, mate. And, the drop goal right at the end there, I was seeing it coming. Because, look, mate, you might as well go for a drop kick. And sure enough, I surprised the commentators when you get up to that margin and you're 20-0 at half time and can't get any points, you get a drop goal in the second half. And the Chiefs scored some good tries, actually, but just couldn't get there. And then it was against them, the clock. So, unfortunately, I was wondering where the crowd was. Not a huge crowd there, being a long weekend. But, that's just the Chiefs, And let's see what they bring. Are they playing next week? Yeah, they do. Oh, God. They're playing your team, Keithy. Yes. So, holy hell. It just shows when you minus a couple of key players like your Brody Retallick and Damian McKenzie gone. But it shouldn't just be reliant on two individuals. It's a team thing. And poor Angus was struggling at the scrum in the first half. And, there's a kid that was in the All Black tour last year as well. A lot of things going wrong there with the franchise. So they can only build up. But, mate, they've got to do it tough next week down in Wellington. Keen to be